you sent me the questions in advance, and this is a particularly interesting one because like the other issue, like this is something people are going to fill books with, and I can't count the things he's done wrong, like from ignoring it to pretending it doesn't happen to refusing to wear a mask to politicizing the entire concept of wearing a mask to this very, very basic thing we can do, which reduces infection tremendously. No, we can't do that. We have to make a giant stink about it, and we have to dig in our feet and stomp and whine and complain and try to paint everybody as communists for trying to make you a mask, which is just absurd. But I would say that he did a few things right, and that was he didn't make too much of a quarrel with Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York State.
Mm-hmm.
And they managed to find a way to work together that saved New York City in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
He sent the USNS Comfort, even though we didn't end up really needing it. That's okay. Like it's good that we didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
And he one thing, and this is probably a slightly controversial opinion, is he really did point fingers at the WHO.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't think defunding it was a great idea, but the WHO really did screw up.
Mm-hmm.
They screwed up very big time, and to use a Trumpism,
Mm-hmm.
and and it was because they were in China's pocket, and he pointed the finger at that, and like he was not wrong to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I kind of have to give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm. So, but generally, do you and your friends now still think the WHO has reasons to remain, or are you for the idea that America should stop funding WHO?
I'm not in favor of defunding them in the middle of a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
After it's all said and done, then yes, do that and insist that it be reconstituted as a different organization because it clearly failed in this task.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as it still has a job to do, it should still be funded and get that job done.
Mm-hmm.
At least the capacity it can.
Okay. So and the next one is the name 3 things that that you think the New York mayor has done right and done wrong about the pandemic.
I have to check my notes on this one. This was
Sure.
an interesting question because
Yeah.
I for years I defended that guy. Like I'm like, well, I always busting on Bill. He's all right. Like he's just doing the best he can, and like he's not the best mayor the city's ever had, but he's not the worst. And I have a different opinion now because he underplayed the whole thing from the very beginning. He let his conflict with Andrew Cuomo flow into the politics of the situation. Those two have always hated each other and they've never gotten along, which is just baffling. Like we have a Democratic governor and a Democratic mayor. You'd think they'd get along, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel he did not close the city anywhere soon enough. It should have been closed at the end of February.
Mm-hmm.
That there's been statistics out that could have saved as much as 36,000 lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really something that he needed to do rather. And he's been super inconsistent with the policies that he has implemented. He's gone back and forth with the playgrounds. He's gone back and forth with the parks. He's gone back and forth with mask enforcement. He's gone back and forth with business enforcement. And, a lot of it has to do with his deeply antagonistic relationship with the NYPD, as the other issue affecting America right now has demonstrated. And he's completely impotent at this point, and it's disappointing because he really could have taken a few decisive measures that would have helped the city tremendously, and he didn't.